So, good evening, everyone, to people in India and people who are joining from everywhere else. Thank you very much. This is our mini fan series, which I've been doing for the last 5 episodes. Today is our sixth episode. For those who have joined for the first time, maybe, or meeting me for the first time, I'm a crossword constructor and I've built a small community on WhatsApp where I put a daily Indian mini crossword which can be solved under 5 minutes. It's lots of fun, and there are some 3,000-4,000 people who are solving it from 10-12 countries. So please, if you have not tried, please go to my website and give it a shot. But yeah, that's just a quick introduction. But today's focus is Aaliyah Patel. Thank you very much, Aaliyah, for joining. Aaliyah is a mini fan. She's been on my community for quite a while, and we are very excited. The mini fan series is a spotlight on our guest, and I'm very excited to learn more about Aaliyah's journey in this world of crosswords, my work, and generally about her experience with puzzles. So Aaliyah, what we can do is maybe we can have a quick introduction from your side, and then we can get into some of the other questions.
Yeah, sure. So I started my journey in art and studying fine art, then changed to history of art, went to London for that.
Lovely.
I'm also British Indian, so I'm
Okay.
not born in Mumbai, but I've been raised here, and it's got like a really sweet sort of, I can relate to both parts of my identity. And I also then went on to studying human rights at graduate level. I did pursue law and hopefully would like to go back into the field.
Okay.
I started my career researching in counterterrorism, also did a lot of marketing over the years as for internships. And now currently I'm working with an NGO called Ummeed.
Okay.
And Ummeed is based in India primarily.
Okay.
And they're headquartered in Mumbai, but they work with children who have disabilities.
Okay.
And it's great because there's a clinic side of it, and then there's the office, but I just work in communications in the office.
Lovely.
And at the moment, I see myself in Mumbai for a little bit and was
Come in the way, and how did you get into the mini fan community?
sweet. Thanks for that really nice intro and help with that. So my brother and I often we have conversations just around anything and everything, just seeing each other sitting in the living room together.
Okay.
Sometimes we'll have a catch up during dinner, evening, or just generally when we see each other.
What's his
And
name?
his name is Yusuf.
Joseph. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So he just ended up asking me, this was the first or second day I returned. So
Okay.
him and his fiance have been solving together, and it's something they bond over as well. So he just checked whether I'd like to join, and I was like, yeah, of course, why not? Because I've never
Okay.
been into those apps and the games.
Okay.
And so for me, the convenience element came from it being on WhatsApp.
Lovely. Lovely. So yeah, my thanks to Yusuf for introducing you to this community. And how long have you been doing crosswords with on my website?
I'd say it's been 5 to 5.5 months.
Wow, now that's pretty much day one because I started, if I remember, in September or
I,
October.
I
So yeah, it's
see.
pretty much, you've been from day one, which is great. And how is your experience? I mean, do you do it first thing in the day? Do you do it throughout the day? How does it happen?
No, not first thing in the day, just because I think often what happens when I'm using the phone just in the
Uh-huh.
beginning of the day, I'm going into a social media loop or something, and it's not healthy for me to use. So it's nice to have a morning routine where my phone is aside and
Yeah,
just meditating or breathing or something
yeah,
like that as well.
yeah.
But I do it often. I've noticed others also do it similarly on the WhatsApp group. And honestly, it's so sweet. But like I love having like a massive chai and just sitting and chilling and taking my time
Yeah,
with a crossword. So
yeah,
I wouldn't complete it in I'll take like a nice 10 minutes, even
yeah,
though they're minis.
yeah.
Yeah. So just really relaxed. There have been times I've sort of gotten competitive once or twice and just
Okay.
done a lot. But yeah.
Okay. Okay. No, I find it really, really nice to know that people are, all the, solvers are using it as more of a fun activity, because that's what my promise is, to give you fun in a world where there is chaos and clutter and bombarding of messages, right? There is this private time, even though it is 10 minutes, where you're having fun with yourself. So I'm glad, that this is one medium of doing it. And I'm really hopeful that more and more people should discover. And since you have been from day one, how about sharing some of the puzzles or clues or any anecdote or experience which was interesting?
Um, I am trying to remember.
Hmm.
I think I think there's a lot of like relevance with just general. I think I love the bits that have songs.
Ah,
So, the song Tal Se Tal. So I love filling those. Cricket ones, have struggled in the past,
uh-huh,
but I think there's some really fun words as well, and some new words I hadn't discovered.
uh-huh.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And given you mentioned that you have been having British Indian heritage, right? Any influence of that do you see in my puzzles, or any particular spark because of that different experience you have?
So I think there's a lot of diaspora
Hmm.
in your like WhatsApp group, people
Yeah,
from all over,
yeah.
and I think often people have discussed like certain words, connecting with them no matter where they are. So just being Indian. So I think like you do that wonderfully. Like
Yeah,
you're someone who's also now living abroad. So I haven't struggled to not identify a word for some reason, or it's very inclusive to everyone.
lovely,
The crosswords,
lovely.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I can see my little sister's also joined. Maybe I should get
uh,
her to the crossword. So you have like very young followers as well, right? She's
yes,
16. Yeah.
yes, yeah. My youngest is 8 year old, my oldest is 86 years old. So that's the kind of, diversity we have. Yeah, yeah. No, but hi to your sister, and she's welcome to join my group and have some more fun. No, this
Yeah.
is great, Alia. And have you been spreading the word? Have you invited others into the group? How has been that experience?
Uh, yes, so I have. I think when you love doing something and you're so
Uh-huh.
passionate about it, really, I think your crosswords are so cool, so amazing because we haven't been exposed to that part.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I have with family, I've already successfully referred a couple
Lovely.
people.
Yeah.
So a cousin, and then cousins like dad, who's again in their I think late
Hmm.
50s or 60s. So
Hmm.
you've got someone older there as well. So those are two people, and just recently, when the live was being announced, I sent it over to three people who also expressed their interest.
Wow.
Um, so although it's not been as wide and far
Yeah.
as I would love to spread the word further.
No, absolutely. Thank you very much for that, and I'm glad you are seeing some reception because, as you rightly mentioned, this is an activity where people are not exposed to yet. So it is a tough task to get more and more people involved, to actually make
Mhm.
them aware of what they're missing in life, and it's so much fun. So I want the community to grow bigger and bigger. And I had this one question. You come from a very younger generation compared to, let's say, mine. Any thoughts about what we can do more to attract the younger generation, or where does that fit in, puzzles or crosswords in that
I
age group?
so I did briefly think about this,
Hmm.
and I found that there can potentially sometimes be a lag in
Hmm.
us like being in touch with so much technology,
Yeah.
and then crosswords being something that we generally like will fill in, right? So when I was really young, when we'd go for trips, we'd buy like books that have
Hmm.
like those fill in sort of crosswords,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
um and now we don't do that anymore because now a lot of things are online. um so what I find that like the WhatsApp group works amazing for me to
Okay.
just go on and like type in, and I think it's been quite a few days since I've
Okay.
solved, so I want to go back
Okay.
and do it again.
Yeah.
But I think on Instagram I find it difficult to connect with that part because Instagram doesn't have features where you can
True.
just touch on the
True.
screen and like
True.
fill something. But like with technology evolving, I think that could be something you could incorporate where like maybe someone speaks and it
Yeah.
just comes out, or maybe like someone can touch the screen and it magically fills. I don't
Yeah.
know. Um,
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. Yeah. No, that these are great ideas. So on Instagram, you can click on the link and solve. It obviously takes you to the website. But yeah, you hit the nail on the head. We
mm.
need more technology to make it more friendly.
Just
So yeah.
for Instagram, for some reason,
Hmm.
because we can't physically fill the boxes, and so it has to go in the comments, and that's my
Yes,
only, yeah.
correct, correct, correct. Yeah, I'm trying if we can do something about it. Let's see, let's see. But these are great ideas. I have been thinking how to make it more young generation friendly. So thank you for that. And just also wanted to know, have you do you generally also solve more puzzles, more crosswords, or this is just?
Um, Honestly, this pretty much is just I can't think of like a lot of I love board games, but I
Hmm.
love physical, like I really like the question games where you get a little bit deeper. I do like word games here and there.
Okay,
I solve chess,
okay,
but I prefer solving that physically as well.
okay.
So this is the only digital sort of game I play. I
Hmm.
just don't have a lot of apps and I minimize as much as possible. So
Yeah,
I'm really thankful for something like this, and I think it's nice.
yeah.
Um,
No, that's that also brings me to the point that since you are a fan of physical solving it, right? Maybe you can explore my book because then you
right,
have
yeah.
the pen and paper experience, which is in a different. It has its own emotion, right? So yeah, that could be something helpful for you. And you know, I have always wondered why or what keeps people coming back, right? Why do you do this brain-racking crossword every day? Any thoughts around it?
Yeah, so my thoughts are I don't know who can relate to,
Hmm.
with this,
Hmm.
but I enjoy it so much. Like I'll take so long. I'll make the 2 minute, 5 minute crossword into like a 10, 15 minute ordeal.
Cool, cool. No, it is great. Any small way in which crossword helps, it should be amazing because, um, as you rightly said, attention is a big, valuable commodity today, right? So everybody wants your attention, which is great, great, Ali. One last question. You've been in the group for last 5 6 months. Anything you think we should do more to improve, which we can any thoughts from your side?
Uh, on the group, I think a lot of people feel comfortable to speak, especially the chatter group. So I think that's all fine. Yeah, my only thing would be maybe when it
Any parting thoughts if you have anything else which we have missed? Any aha moments? Any clues which you come to your mind? Please feel free to share.
I can't remember any clues, but I like some really sweet moments. It's
Please.
when you're solving, like you have someone around you, and it just makes for like a really fun activity. I've solved it with my sister before, my cousin,
Uh-huh.
and um, yeah, I want to like let everyone know, like don't go just by based on what the Instagram shows, because the WhatsApp group is also so fun. Like it's a
Yeah.
community, people speak. So therefore, like um ask for the link, or if the link's in bio, then just join the WhatsApp group. And like there's literally at I think 5 a.m. every morning they I think Mangesh posts the link to the crossword, and you
Yeah.
can have these accessible, and it's completely free as well, and we're not
Yep.
being charged for such a wonderful community. They also have a book. So yeah, that's my parting
No,
thought.
no. That's great. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you very much.